Jurassic World?
It's like taking a stroll through the woods. 65 million years ago.
You're an asset out of containment.
You got a ton of them. They have nowhere to go.
Hey guys, what's going on? Dark Cinema here, and I apologize so much. I've been away for a month, which is far too long for all of you guys. And before we start off with why you came here to begin with, first, two things. One, there's a person's channel I want you to check out, Matrix Lord 212. I'll put his channel link in the description below. That's kind of where I've been because I've been so busy with doing podcasts and with real life going on right now with my job and everything. I haven't really had a chance to make videos, and I apologize to every single one of you. And secondly, thank you. 245 subscribers may not seem like much, but it's for me to go from over 17 subscribers to over 200 and near 250 subscribers. It really makes me happy to see that people care about what I have to say about certain subjects regarding movies, comics, or whatever. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. But now let's go to the real reason you came here, guys. You wanted to know my opinion on Jurassic World. Wow. That's the only word I can say because, well, if I had to put into words, this movie is fantastic. This was the sequel that a lot of people have been waiting over 22 years for. I'm 21, so I haven't been waiting that long. But I did remember last time I saw Jurassic Park 3 in theaters, and I was a little upset about what they did there. And The Lost World, I'm in the minority. I kind of like The Lost World. I don't like it as much as the first one. There are more problems in The Lost World, especially with the hammering in the Earth conservation message. It was really heavy-handed in there. Oh god, it's getting windy outside. Anyway, my point is, this film really demonstrated the love that Colin Trevorrow had for this franchise. And it went down a road that none of the other films went. It's what if Hammond's dream about the park actually being open to the public, what if it was a reality? And wow, the park looks beautiful. And I could imagine that this was a theme park that you could go to, and it seemed real. I like, also, this will be spoilered because I don't think I can talk about this film without discussing spoilers. I'll wait till the end, and I'll tell you when I'm going to do spoilers, but for the most part, at least for this beginning, it'll be spoiler-free. So, just a warning, I'll let you know when I go into spoilers. So, mostly, and that's going to be about the ending. So, you anyone who's seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But let's talk about the cast first. Well, first, let me talk about what I didn't like about Jurassic World. And I will, because there are a few things that I was a little irritated at. I think that, let's go for the main one, is the CGI. What made the original Jurassic Park so amazing was its blend of animatronics and CGI, which still holds up even 22 years later. You can still pop the film in, and it still looks fantastic. It still looks magnificent. And you really believe these animals were there. Now, I said when I was waiting for this movie, a lot of my friends said it might suck, and it really had a high chance of sucking. Well, I should look now. It's the second highest opening weekend of all time, so whatever. But only 3 million behind Avengers 1, and the day ain't over yet. So that just goes to show dinosaurs are still reign supreme, even in these days where superheroes run amok. The real giants of cinema reign supreme. But anyway, where was I? Oh yes, the CGI. I felt that my feeling on CGI is you can only use CGI in something where it is physically impossible to use practical effects. Don't use it for everything. There are certain scenes in close-ups with the Indominus Rex where I felt that an animatronic would have been better suited than going full CGI. Now, with what this dinosaur can do, and the abilities it has, which I won't discuss, CGI makes sense for it, but there are some dinosaurs, like there was one dinosaur scene that I could see, at least one that was the most apparent that was shown in the trailer with that Apatosaurus, or well, people say it's a Brachiosaurus, but I believe it's an Apatosaurus, but that, you have Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard with the Apatosaurus. That was an animatronic, and that was good. That was really, really good. But then you got some really bad CGI in some parts. Now, this didn't really take me out of the immersion because I really enjoyed the film and I got invested pretty heavily into this story. But it did pull me a little bit out that I noticed, it doesn't really look as good as it should. There were some awkward and corny lines, but I guess that's part of this film's charm. It wasn't trying to be like a thought-provoking film. It was trying to be good old-fashioned fun with dinosaurs, and that's what I like. I love films like these that are fictional films that can have fun with what they're doing. That's why I'm excited for Ant-Man, because that looks like it's going to have fun with the concept. I just don't like it when films that are not based on true stories, like, that are taken super dark, edgy, seriously. But, yeah. Also, this PG-13 rating, I honestly felt that you could have taken the blood a little bit farther, you could have taken the gore a little bit farther, and still kept that PG-13 rating. I mean, for God's sakes, we had severed arms in the original Jurassic Park, and that still kept a PG-13 rating. I know the ratings are sometimes a little bit strict, and you kind of want to make this, for the audience at large, which is more family-friendly. A lot of people are saying that Hollywood's getting more family-friendly now. But yeah, go crazy, especially with dinosaurs. So yeah, very little that I really had to complain about, because there was really not much to complain about this, and I was worried that I was gonna have a lot to complain about, because I was worried in the back of my head. When walking in, I was so worried that this was gonna suck, and I was going to end up hating this movie, and I'd have to wait another couple of years until someone, if anyone, dared to pick up this franchise again and try and reinvigorate it. But let's talk about the good things. I want to save the most obvious for the end, which was the ending, and I'm not going to talk about that right now. But let's talk about them treating the dinosaurs as animals. Holy crap, guys. This was the kind of message that they were trying to hammer into the Lost World. And where it didn't work there, it worked here. Because this definitely showed that these were not heartless monsters. They were animals. And like any animal, they want to, like, as Chris Pratt says, it's like, they're thinking, I gotta eat, I gotta hunt, and I gotta, yeah, that. But anyway, they gotta procreate. So, anyway, there was nothing really malignant about these animals, especially the raptors, which a lot of people were really afraid that going into this movie that the raptors were going to be domesticated, which they really aren't, and they're still as deadly as ever. So don't if you haven't seen the movie, don't think that these are going to be like trained dogs, because they aren't. They are still very deadly creatures. And I'm trying to hold off the ending. There are other good things, but the ending is always coming into my mind. So sorry, I'm doing this live because I'm just really excited about this. The music was fantastic. I believe I have what's his name? I have the name of the person who did this. Michael Giacchino. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. He did he made the soundtrack to Jurassic World, which I actually was listening to before I recorded this, by the way, and that's a fantastic soundtrack with nice cues for from Jurassic Park 1, and even I heard a track from The Lost World in there, a little bit of the theme from The Lost World during the final during the ending, which I thought was pretty cool. But this it was paying homage, but they didn't like rip off like an entire whole track. Well, I guess Welcome to Jurassic World can be considered a whole entire track from Jurassic Park when they approach the island. But I mean, for the most part, the music is original, and there are homages to the previous films, and that I think adds to the emotion of everything going on. Because the thing is, you need really really good music to add to a film, and I love listening to the soundtracks of films. And Jurassic World soundtrack is quickly becoming one of my favorites. Um, while I was a little bummed John Williams was not able to be a part of this guy, Michael, you props to you because you made an amazing score for an amazing movie. So yeah, all the characters seem to be very like not as simplistic as the Jurassic Park cast, because that's a criticism of the original Jurassic Park, that it was very simplistic, that the characters were very simplistic to balance out, like that was the negative that balanced out the ooh ah of these dinosaurs. So we're following two brothers. They're sent there by their parents, and who are visiting their Aunt Claire, who is played by Bryce Dallas Howard, who runs Jurassic World. And a lot of people try to point out that it's kind of repeating the Alan Grant character arc. That Claire doesn't is too busy. She doesn't really feel comfortable around the kids. But I just call that out. I say that's garbage. I find that this was someone who is a workaholic, who is trying to find a way to that to like others trying to break that shell, that workaholic shell, and just have her let loose a little bit, which is actually kind of funny that it takes what happens here to get that reaction. But Bryce Dallas Howard was amazing. With all the doubts and the clips and the trailers, a lot of people thought she would be the weakest link of the movie, but no, she was actually one of the strongest characters in the movie, and I actually like that. Chris Pratt, I was surprised, was relegated to a side character, and when a lot of the trailers and promotional material focused on him, that he was going to be the star of the movie, and I'm actually not that upset about him being a side character, because he has enough of a stage presence where he can make a side character look awesome. And his character Owen is funny. His character is a badass, and when you see him interacting with the dinosaurs, whether CG or animatronic, you have the feeling that he genuinely cares about this. And Chris Pratt has gone on record saying that he does care deeply about this franchise, and he wants to do it justice, and he did. So hats off to you. If I had a hat, hats off to you, Chris Pratt. You did a great job, and I look forward to seeing you in a sequel. Add that to the number of franchises Chris Pratt is. So what? He's got Guardians of the Galaxy, he's got Lego Movie, and then now he's got the Jurassic Park films. So fantastic. Um, yeah. So yeah, I can't wait any longer. Okay, guys, this is gonna be spoiler territory. So please leave the video now. Please leave now if you do not want the terrific ending of Jurassic World to be spoiled. I usually don't like spoiling, but I need to get this off my chest because I can't honestly sit and post it and upload this and not talk about it. So, I'll give you about 5 seconds. Okay. So, if you're still here, you want to hear about the ending and my thoughts on it. That was awesome. So, yeah, if you're still here and you don't know what I'm talking about and you just don't care about the spoilers, let me clarify. So the Indominus Rex, which is the new monster hybrid dinosaur, is now has the Raptor Squad. Like he's fighting the Raptor Squad, and while Owen and the kids are trying to, escape, and they're trying to hide. And, the youngest little kid, that kid from Iron Man 3, is looking at Claire and he goes, "We need more teeth." Now, I was so immersed in that thing, I had no idea what was going on at the time. So, all of a sudden, she grabs something from an emergency kit in the store that they're at, and she starts running. And she calls the guy up who's still at control, who's wearing the Jurassic Park shirt, which is a nice touch, by the way. And she says, "I need you to open paddock 9." And he's like, "Oh, paddock 9." He looks and he's like, "Are you crazy?" And she's like, "Be a man for once in your life and do something." So he opens it up and she lights a flare. And immediately I was like, no freaking way. And of course, the T Rex comes out of the shadows, the beady little eyes, and Claire leads her right to the Indominus, throws the flare at her, and the Indominus kind of turns around like, "What's this?" And then the T Rex breaks through the Spinosaurus skeleton. That's a big FU to Jurassic Park 3, to that scene from Jurassic Park 3, and he roars. She roars, and I was cheering. A number of people were actually cheering, and I am so happy that we got the most epic of fights in a movie. Suck it, Godzilla. This fight was better. So, we have Blue, we have the T Rex from the original Jurassic Park, no doubt. She is much older, 22 years older, but she is still awesome. So, her and the fighting the Indominus Rex, crashing through Main Street, slamming into windows, shattering glass, shattering buildings, and everything is just getting torn apart as these giant dinosaurs just go at it. And it gets to the end where they finally have the T Rex grabs it by the throat and throws the Indominus against the railings, and the railings, crumble into the water, and as she stands up, the Indominus stands up and roars at T Rex. T Rex and Blue just roar back, and then all of a sudden, out of the water comes the Mosasaurus, grabs the Indominus by the neck, and drags it back into the water. That, I had no idea that was coming. It did not occur to me while I was doing that, but I was shocked, I was happy, and it was some of the best. It was one of the best fights. It was the best ending of any Jurassic Park film, bar none. Even better than the first film's ending. Now, and that is saying something. Holy crap, guys. The movie now, and of course the ending, with Rexy looking over the entire park, like spanning the park as she's looking over her new home, as now her new playground where she gets to play, and just lets out a roar, and then you cut to black. That is how you do an ending to a Jurassic Park film, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you do it. Oh god, this film made me feel like a kid again. And if Star Wars Episode 7 exceeds all my expectations, I will declare 2015 as the year my childhood came back. This year, two franchises that are near and dear to my heart are coming back. One has already come back, and it came back with a roar, and it definitely lived up to any expectations, crushed all my doubts. Jurassic World is a must-see. Aside from a little bit of hokey dialogue, and it was really corny, though, to be honest, a lot of people say it's like a B movie. So, yeah, it's fun, but the little bit of corny dialogue kind of made me go, eh. And, the over-reliance on CGI, I felt kind of, didn't sit well with me. So, at the end of the day, I would give Jurassic World an 8.5 out of 10. Still a fantastic job. I highly recommend it. Colin Trevorrow, Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, Steven Spielberg, all of the cast and crew. This is from me to you. Thank you so much. You have made me believe that dinosaurs roam the earth once more, and you have brought the inner child back out. The little boy who watched the T-Rex break through the electrified fence on that rainy night on Isla Nublar in the original. You made me feel like that. You made me feel fear. You made me feel happiness. You made me feel excitement. You made me feel sorrow. Made me feel emotions for creatures that have been extinct for 65 million years. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. Thank you. It is one of my favorite Jurassic Park films, and I hope that future sequels can take a note of this, because if the sequels are anything like this, I will definitely have a place in line. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you're gonna talk about spoilers, please use a spoiler tag. I do not want to ruin this amazing movie for anyone else, and I would hope that any of my subscribers would also respect that as well. So, oh, and other news now, it's the second highest opening of all time. So hopefully by the end of the day, if it does break it, I will make a video on that. So, my name is Darth Cinema. Watch Jurassic World, guys. You will not be disappointed. Have a great night, everyone.